Yeah, obviously disappointed, because it was a good turnout. The fans were fantastic, packed the place out. New Year's Eve, we had a great week leading into it. We just, everything was just a bit of a grind. And, we made that little mini run to come out the second half. Taryn picked up the fourth. We rolled the dice to try and challenge it, unsuccessful. And then I think we had 3 turnovers. We had like a bad possession and the turnover. And then that 10-point buffer, we just couldn't close the gap on. It just needed one team to string a few in a row, and New Zealand were the ones. And then it just as you saw the result was, it looked terrible.
Full house out there, obviously it's been a tough all season for you guys, for the fans as well, but how is it that they keep showing up and keep supporting?
Amazing, and to the very end too. And I've said this different stages throughout my 4 years here is, the fan base has always been very loyal and very supportive of the club, and I know the connection between community and Taipans goes way back. And there is, it's more because it is that community-owned club. And it's 150,000 population. It's the Taipans. It's their baby. So it was cool that they turned out in force. They showed up and they stayed to the very end. And we owe them a better performance than that.
Can you just take us through the challenge of trying to guard just a huge centre like Taco Forde?
Yeah, I mean he's big. And that was one of the things that we wanted to try and, try a few different coverages and collapse in. There was a lot of 3-second calls that weren't called either, and there were a few that called in our favour. But, I think, again, Tanner did great, and then Tanner got a couple of fouls, and we switched out to Wardenberg. And it's a 5-man effort with someone that big. You don't have the right person on, if you front the post, they loaded up on one side, and so that one person hugged their man unnecessarily, goes over the back. They did a good job of swinging the wings through, and if it's a high-low action, there's not enough on-ball coverage. That post-entry pass going in is too easy. And so for someone that size, it is a 5-man effort. You need to apply that ball pressure. If you're looking to front the post, you need someone up front, which means you need someone in that low split line. One person sort of not take their job description in that, and that's where they capitalised on it. So, he's a big body.
I know you said it's a team effort, but was AK a big out tonight with the position of trying to defend Taco?
Oh, definitely. Like his size, would have definitely helped. We're not. AK's not the sole reason for a 24-point loss or whatever it was. But yeah, an extra body would have helped for sure.
Tanner, how did you feel up against him? Not often you have to guard someone that much bigger than you as a fighter.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, just the biggest person I've ever played against. Tough cover, like we did everything. Like we tried to do everything we could. It's always tough to go against, someone that big. But I don't know. I mean, yeah. So.
Final question. Is the gap between being a community-owned club and going against a private-owned club, is it getting too big of a gap trying to compete against some of these other clubs now?
It's tricky, because there's a lot of things that need to go right. And I think, again, we had 4 returning guys, and we because even in a sense of, like Taj, who was a long-serving import for us here and is fantastic, each year he progressively priced himself out of the market too. And so you need a lot of things to go right. And there was, there was things I thought I could potentially unlock in particular players, in particular lineups, which maybe we have been able to achieve. You add in the injuries early on in the season, and it's definitely not an excuse now. So you need to get a few things right. And when you get it right, it can look good. And when you're still trying to search for the answers, it can sort of look like the result it is. So, this is us right now, and I've said it a couple of weeks in a row, but even probably more so feeling it now, this is us in the thick of it. We're still trying to unlock some, key areas in the lineup. We'll just keep working away until we get it because we have to. And if we don't, then it falls on me. It falls on the playing group. But all we can do is keep chipping away.
Do you regret potentially not bringing back Sunera and McCall for the season?
The reality is we couldn't afford it. Like for that and the market and what we could have got in replace and distribute. He's a hell of a player, and he always has been a hell of a player. But yeah, the reality is that we had to go in a different direction with it. Awesome, thank you.